Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Movie Couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And this is our non-spoiler review for Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, a brand new animated series that is coming soon to Disney+. There are 10 episodes, and it's set in a, I guess, alternate, you can call it alternate universe.
An alternate universe.
Right.
But something that they have done is connected a lot of MCU moments or specific, events to this one. So it's very much kind of like a shared universe. So it's a close proximity to the MCU.
Just a friendly neighbor.
Yeah, a friendly neighborhood
to
universe.
Our actual MCU. No, but this is really cool to see Peter Parker in this series where his mentor is not Tony Stark but Norman Osborn. And what I really like about the series is that, one, the animation pays a lot of homage to the classic comic book look. They incorporate a lot of like the comic book frames, the comic book covers into the intro, and you'll see it, throughout the series. I really like that. And my next favorite thing is the character development and the arcs, how they make sure they spend time not just on Peter Parker or Norman Osborn, but a lot of the supporting characters as well. We don't want to get into too much of like who shows up and who doesn't, because we want to, keep that spoiler free for you guys so you can find out as you watch the series. But it, with each episode, they're all about under 30 minutes. And they still do it so well with the pacing and how they distribute, like, I guess, like, camera time or whatever, that you get a fully fleshed out, character story and their background. And I just really like that, because I can't look back at this entire series and be like, well, I don't feel like we got enough from this person.
Yeah, honestly, at first I thought the pacing was a little slow, because it was kind of for me at least, it was kind of a slow burn for like the first episode or two. But what they were really doing was fleshing out an entire world, and they do a really good job on making you feel like this is a full world with different events. And even though you don't really see any of these events happening, you feel that these events that are occurring off camera hold a lot of weight. And they did a really good job on just slow building and revealing certain things that are happening. And I loved the fact that they made this world feel full without feeling crowded.
Yes.
Because that happens a lot of times in these comic book adaptations, for either whether it be movie or TV show. They're like, let's just throw in a whole bunch of stuff, and you can tell when they throw it in haphazardly. It was very, very methodically planned out. It was very well done, very executed, to where they're like, no, we have a good foundation, and then we're going to build on top of that. And it makes it so you're more invested in these characters, more invested in this world. And when they really start revealing things, they hit a lot harder.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think with every character that you are introduced to, whether they're like new characters or somebody that you may already know from the MCU, when they show up in an episode, it's not just for like cameo sake or fan service. Everybody has a purpose of being there and why they're there. And what I like about this show is that the way they reveal things, something doesn't come, like you'll watch something and you'll think, okay, this was a really cool moment. And then, a few episodes later, it brings you right back to that moment. You're like, oh, I understand why they established this first, which like seems so basic in like storytelling, like that. I feel like that's just like integral. Right. But the way they've done it is really well done. The dialogues are great. The voice performances are great. I feel like this is probably my favorite Marvel animation series that they've put on Disney Plus so far.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
I like it more than What If.
Yeah, well, at least season 3 of What If. I did like. I don't know if. For me, that hits. That hits a little bit, because I love What If, especially season 1 and 2.
It doesn't mean What If sucks. I like What If a lot.
But this it does really hold a candle to. Oh, I mean, it really does hold its own against some of the other Marvel shows in general because of just how well planned out and just how well structured it is. But something else that also really did hit is just how well it slowly escalates to where the fight scenes do start off to be pretty cool, but throughout the entire season they get better and better, and they get better animated to where it's a little bit more fluid. The hits hit a little bit better, and I just love how they didn't make it's like just another fight. It has made it so it's a little bit more interesting than the last fight.
Yeah.
So I'm just really curious on what they're going to do if this series continues.
This series will make you feel so invested literally in every single person, in every single incident that you see that's shown to you from the series. I also like that it doesn't alienate new comic book fans. You can come in with very basic knowledge of Spider-Man or of Marvel. You don't need to see all the 20 plus, I don't know how many movies Marvel has now. You don't need to see all of them and to understand what is going on, because the way they go about explaining it to you, like, it feels very comforting walking into this and not being like, oh, this is too deep cut. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. There are some things that show up that I think if you have deep cut knowledge of the comic book, you're going to be like, wow, even more so. But I think this is a really great series for everyone. As far as age goes, adults will definitely enjoy this. They kind of ride the fence of like adults and like older kid friendly. I wouldn't say it's like too like kid friendly because of the fight scenes. There's violence and it goes a little bit more into it. So like I wouldn't like just like let your 8-9-year-old watch it by themselves. Like viewer discretion advised for sure. But yeah, I think that
it's definitely good enough, for a younger, I mean, like if you're 12, 13, I think it's perfectly fine. But yeah, there were some things in there and I'm like, whoa, okay, for an animated show that definitely seems like it's geared more towards kids, because Spider-Man is very popular amongst younger kids as well as older adults. So it really does a good job on making it so it's entertaining for both sides.
Yeah.
But there are a few moments to where you're like, oh, that's a little brutal there.
Yeah.
So, but I also just loved how the Easter eggs in this, at first to where you could kind of just brush it off as, oh, they're just doing it just to be able to mention this character or that character or that event in the MCU. But it really does pay off because it has repercussions throughout the series to where it's not just like, oh, we're going to go look at a hammer that's in the middle of the desert kind of a thing. It actually, all of the references that they make have a specific repercussion or a certain reason, and it also affects what's going on in the story, even though it was just a quick little reference.
Yeah, and especially, and we've seen all 10 episodes, especially when you get to like the final 2 episodes. And I remember watching episode 9, I was like, wow, that was a really fantastic episode. That might be my favorite so far. And then I'm thinking, well, what are they going to do now that they've done this? What are they going to do with episode 10? Get ready. Yeah, you're going to love it, I think, I hope. I know I certainly did. So with that said, that is our thoughts on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I guess we should give it the movie couple rating scale.
Oh, yeah.
I am gonna, I mean, how do I check it out opening night?
I would say
as soon as it arrives on Disney+.
As soon as it releases on Disney+, I would say catch it opening night when it comes right out, because this was fun. It's a good series. It has a really good build. It keeps you invested, and you definitely want to watch it.
Yeah. So that is it. That is our thoughts on Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Let us know yours once you've seen it in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you next video.